Hello everybody, welcome back to the next part of Scratches, the Director's Cut. Load our save. So I wanted to tell everybody something I've learned in the recording process of this game. I've notated it after the fact of making my config and tech and the first part of this video. I put it in the description and I'll discuss it here. I think this is part 15. It took me this many parts to realize it. But this game is in 1024 by 768 resolution. That is how it should be. That's the way it was made to run. That's its resolution. However, I noticed on the 14th part that it's been recording the game widescreen. It still have the black bars on the top and the bottom, but it's slightly disproportionately stretching the image width-wise, because it's not supposed to fill the screen all the way on the width. Even as I sit here right now and I'm recording, it looks in 4:3 to me. I have bars on the top and the bottom, which is just how the game is. Like I said in an earlier part, I don't know why they didn't shift the inventory up to the black area, but as you can see, you end up having a lot of inventory items as you play this game, and I have 3 rows already. And the bottom quadrant is for subtitles. But you're not seeing the black bars on the left and the right. It's filling the screen. I decided, since I'm this many parts in, I'm just going to leave it like it is, stretched. But just know 4:3 is the correct resolution for this game. Something due to the way or what I'm using to record is stretching it. I tried a few different methods of fixing it, and I actually have not found a way yet. I didn't try too many different things, but I tried 3 or 4 different things and recorded some footage of the game, and then went back and looked at what recorded, and it was still stretched. So, but it's something I wanted to share with you guys, that yes, it's slightly stretched. But I wanted to share this with you as a helpful example for making your own videos. If you are running a game that is intended for a 4:3 ratio square, like old NES, old Super Nintendo games, old PC games, it's something you have to pay attention to. So if you're trying to get that aspect or that resolution, you need to check the first video of your series and make sure it is not stretching it, because that is what happened for me in this game. So anyway, with that out of the way, this way. Let me check my options real quick. I just always get nervous that something is not going to be as it should. The options, take a drink real quick. The options, or your settings in the options, are stored along with the save game that you make. So actually every time you start the game, even what they save, it's using the default settings on the title screen. But when you load your save, it loads your settings that you want to be for the options. It says Blackwood up there. Right. So yeah, like I was talking about the resolution, I'm a stickler for that stuff too. I don't play Nintendo or Super Nintendo games emulated stretched wide. I play them square, and either they're 4:3 or the actual internal resolution of the Super Nintendo, for instance, is 8:7. A few games were designed for 8:7 resolution, but most were 4:3, and that's how they were played back in the day. If you make them fill your screen width-wise, you are stretching the entire game horizontally, and It really does look bad. It's better to have the bars. So yeah, I would need some tools to get into this crypt. Well, now we have, what does the game call them? Pair of pliers that I had taken. He took those from the toolbox in the garage. So now we can get in here. A cold shiver ran down my spine as I entered the decaying crypt. The foul smell of rotting flesh seemed to have persisted throughout the years. Lower level. So I'm assuming these are for kneeling and praying. Be pretty rough on the knees. I guess there's like a little place you could put something in. But yeah, it's for like kneeling and praying. I couldn't imagine what the purpose of the grating in the floor was. Obviously nobody down there was in need of fresh air. Damn, dude. Several candle holders were attached to the walls, but alas, there was no candles in the vicinity. So it's the same thing about all of them. Large windows in the dome above barely allowed sunlight to enter the crypt. I also want to apologize if, like in this actual room right here, I guess, if it is too bright and washed out looking. Because what I end up doing is in most horror games, since horror games tend to be very dark, some of them are just extremely absurdly dark, but horror games are going to be the darkest games you end up playing, just for mood and atmosphere. But in any horror game, this one included, I tend to brighten the default brightness of the video by roughly 5%. Maybe a little overkill. I should be doing like 2.5%. So in the well-lit areas of the game, regardless, they may look a little brighter or washed out than they need to be. But when I'm actually in a dark area of the game, which is most of the time, things should be a little more visible. It's like, yeah, you can go in and just brighten or darken a certain portion, but it's easier to just do it to the whole entire video or not. So for this whole series in this game, I am brightening everything. Because it's a horror game, and everybody has different settings on their screens. And just in general, with all the compression, things that happen to the video when you edit and render and when you upload to YouTube, things can get darker. Okay. I seriously considered what I was about to do, but my curiosity got the better of me. Wow. A corpse in advanced stages of decomposition was inside the coffin. It was disgusting. Whoever that was, I could sense a feeling of terror in its dead face. See, like, is this something that's going to have to be blurred for YouTube? The body had been resting for several years until my disturbance. I decided to leave it alone. There's some things you can get another extra line of text here if you click on it a couple of times. There's signs here. According to the plaques, both Mr. and Miss Blackwood had died in the same year, 1963. I think that's 1901 and this is 1910. Could be 1903. So James T. Blackwood and Catherine Blackwood. Not not sure what this is. Oh, I can take it. What did I just take? An ordinary rock. Don't remember that being in here, but you can only see it from that angle. I'm sure it has a use. I think anything you get in this game has a use at some point. Curiously enough, this coffin was completely empty. Well, the coffins aren't labeled, so we really don't know who is who. One of them is either him or one of them is her. Okay, so the rock was important. See, an area like this, I think, is going to benefit from my brightening. Even though it was in a better shape than the rest, it was too dark in this particular spot to make out what the plaque read. It starts with an R, whatever it is. Most of the plaques were too badly eroded to make out what they said. One of the coffins likely belonged to the dead child of James Blackwood. The prospect of witnessing the decaying body of a baby wasn't very tempting. No. There were several coffins in this room, probably belonging to the most important ancestors of the family. Seeing one dead body inside the crypt had been enough for me. Couple here. This one's open already. This coffin was half opened and I was horrified to glimpse the remains of a dead cat in it. Strange. Yeah, if that's all that's in there, I mean, that one's a lot bigger than this one. This would probably house a cat. It's like the size of a dog. Most of the plaques were too badly eroded to make out what they said. I can't even read them. Looks like they were readable though. If you zoomed in. If I remember, which I may not, I'll zoom in on these in editing, find out what they say, and then when I record this, actually edit this video, I'll put in text pop-ups here sometime that will show what this says. So it looks like it's readable. I would just need to be able to zoom in. Several coffins in the room. That one looks legible, and these two look legible. And I think that just says R, like literally. I don't know about that one. But yeah, if I remember to do it, I will notate what those say. Because it's hard to read right now. Alright, well. I do remember what to do and use here. Well, mostly what to do. I know what to use here. Because there's more to do here. Can't get any description on that. And I remember, because of the pain in the ass of being stuck figuring out what I needed to do in here so long. That's why we got the mirror first. There's a piece of wire that had been holding the doors to the crypt. Yep. He kept the wire that he cut off the doors here, which you may not know you took. But you have to utilize the wire and the mirror together. Now you look at it. The mirror now had the wire attached to it. And then you take this mirror and I think you put it here. No. The idea was good, but I obviously needed more light to reflect. Okay, not that spot. Try putting it here. There was no point in attaching the mirror to the holder. Try it on this one. No. Okay. So the rock we picked up, I think we're supposed to throw at the windows up here. I hurled the stone at the window, but sadly it missed and bounced off the ceiling, flying out of sight. Meaning it's gone forever, or meaning that we just need to find where it landed, which is most likely not back in the same place where we got it. No. So it probably fell down there. Pretty sure that's what you're supposed to do. Now I gotta find the rock. There it is. Okay. So do this again. Again, I hurled the stone at the window with all my strength, and this time my aim was true. The glass collapsed, throwing shards in every direction. Thankfully, none of them hitting me. Right. Now, we have a beam of light shining here. You take the mirror with the wire, tie it to the candelabra, and then it makes the lower area bright enough to see things better. The inscription was too eroded, but it seemed the name began with the letter R. 1961 to 1961. It's like R apostrophe dash or something. But it's not going to illuminate this over here any better. No. I'm assuming the rock went out of the window this time. So, that's what we get. If you do remember, in the kid's room that was allegedly, or this baby would have had their room, is at, that we have to get from outside of the building, the house, and get into the room from the window. There was blocks in there with letters on them. So we at least know the first letter would be R. I think that's everything to do here, and we can't take the mirror back. Several candle holders, right. So I don't think there's anything else to do here. After leaving the crypt, I stopped to think for a few seconds. I only found one body inside, but there were two plaques. Something was evidently out of place here. Okay, I think we did turn on the water flow down in the basement, which the greenhouse on the other side of the house. Maybe we can get water in there now because there is a shovel. There was a shovel stuck in the upper floor area that we needed to get water into the dirt it's stuck in to loosen it so we can get the shovel. Maybe we can go do that then. What is this key? Silver key. Blue. Blue is for the upstairs door. 3rd floor. That's the basement key. This is the front door key. And I think this one opened the greenhouse, I think. Took the mirror off with a screwdriver. We haven't used these shears for tailored or trimming plants. I don't think we've used that yet. I had taken a few leaves and fruits from that strange African plant. They had a very peculiar smell. I think I know what to do with that, but we're not going to do that just yet. Let's go call our best buddy pal, Jerry. We never get to meet Jerry, sadly. It's just our phone buddy.
Hi, Jerry.
Michael, I was worried about you. Are you doing okay?
Yes, I'm fine, and I think I know the identity of my intruder.
Tell me, who is it?
James Blackwood.
The Blackwood person? Michael, are you serious? That the ghost of the murderer is roaming the house?
I'm not talking about his ghost, Jerry. I'm talking about him.
What the heck do you mean?
I mean James Blackwood himself, alive in this house.
What? How is that possible?
It makes sense. After murdering his wife and realizing what he has done, he begs for help to Christopher Milton, who fakes his death.
Milton, the previous owner? Michael, you're losing your mind. Even if he managed to hide himself, how did he survive all this time? Milton has been missing for years.
Good point, but I'm sure a desperate man like Blackwood would have found a way.
Yes, by turning into a ghost. Wait a minute. Yeah, I have it right here. James Blackwood passed away on June 1963. Would you please stop this?
Jerry, just listen to me. I know I'm right. There's only Mrs. Blackwood's body in the crypt. His is missing.
Oh God, Michael. You've really gone out of your mind. Digging into coffins, what next? Desecrating the chapel?
Whatever it takes to solve this mystery. You can only find stories like this in books.
Precisely why I'm beginning to wonder about your sanity.
You'll see.
Well, we did kind of desecrate it. We busted that window in the top of it. Now rain and everything is going to get inside of it. I was about to dial. I remember that Barbara said she would take Monday off. I do have a phone number. Might as well try it again. I had a phone number I got out of the newspaper. I think it was the newspaper. 0 1 9 1 2 9 4 1 4 4.
Good day, the National Bank of Northumberland. Robert Blake speaking.
Hello, Robert. I need some help.
I asked about Dr. Christopher Milton. I asked about James Blackwood.
It's about James Thomas Blackwood. Do you have a customer called that?
I'm sorry, sir. I can't give you that kind of information.
Told him that I was Mr. Milton. I said that I was Chief William Bailey. Oh, man, don't do either one of those.
My name is Christopher Milton, a renowned doctor and good friend of the Blackwood family, and I demand some respect.
All right, sir. Please, just hold on for a few moments. Ah, yes. I have a customer listed as James Blackwood here.
I asked about the construction during the 60s. I asked about any recent activities.
Good. I need to know about any recent banking activity in this account.
What kind of banking activity, sir?
Well, you tell me. Any withdrawals, payments?
Look, sir, I'm really sorry, but I can only give that information to Mr. Blackwood himself.
So that means the account is still active?
Well, yeah. It means I can't give you this information, sir. You said your name was...
I won't waste your time anymore. Good day.
I don't know when you can actually use that, because I tried dialing that before and it didn't do anything. Interesting. Let's also check the mailbox, because we're still waiting for that letter to come back that was in Italian. It's going to be translated to English by Barbara, our secretary. Nothing. You don't have to close it, you can just back away from it and it'll close automatically. So yeah, it gets kind of weird as you get farther along in this game. You don't know exactly when or where the plot triggers are that progress something forward. So you end up backtracking to a lot of different locations a few times, trying to find something you didn't trigger or something you didn't activate. The tree had a little hole at its base which allowed water to pass through from a nearby lake. So yeah, I want to go see if the greenhouse has water now. Small pool of water below the arching tree. I mean, everybody knows online there's guides for every game that's out there, mostly. I'm sure there's plenty of guides for this game as well. I'm not going by one, I'm just taking notes if I need to, which hasn't really been necessary because any kind of codes or phone numbers, you don't have to write them down to use them later. So I'm not following a guide, I'm just going from memory and just experience of playing this a few times. So yeah, there's something stuck here. It's a key, another key, I think. Whatever it was, there was no way I could reach it. We have to get the water flowing to fix that. Huge pot containing a bush had fallen, blocking the drain. I'm going to try the shears on this. Maybe that's what it's for. I removed a few branches and leaves, clearing that corner of the drain. Okay. He didn't take what he cut off, he just... This part of the drain was already cleared, so I didn't have the need to keep cutting the plant. Okay. So we would have had to have done that. Let's see if we can turn this valve now. Nice. It's flowing. Okay. So now we can get that shovel, I bet. Because there's a water hose running from here down to where we just turned it on. It's going to soften the soil that's dried up here so we can remove the shovel. Yep. It's a shovel that I was dragging around for no reason. I'm sure there's a reason. Make a quick save. We got everything else up here. Let's go back down. Attempt to turn the water off. So now, did that wash away the shiny thing? No, it's still there. Okay guys, I'm going to stop the video here, and when we come back we'll see what else we can try to do here to get whatever is shining down there. So thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.